Welcome to English Podcasts. Relax and enjoy your listening practice.
In 2043, they finally legalized it. Not suicide, not escape, not even transcendence. They called it disembodiment. For a controlled window of time, 10 minutes, 15, sometimes 30, a person could step out of their body the way you shrug off a coat. No pain, no damage. Your physical form rested in a sealed med pod, lungs rising and falling, heart steady and monitored. And you were elsewhere, floating, untethered. The media nicknamed it skywalking. Therapists prescribed it for trauma. Influencers sold it as enlightenment. The rich turned it into entertainment, drifting above cities, streaming the experience like a dream, with ads stitched into the clouds. There was only one non-negotiable condition. You had to come back. Every session had a clearly defined grace period. Miss it, and the system initiated the disengagement protocol. Life support faded, neural anchors released, a body without a tenant. They didn't call it death. In the reports, it was listed as failure to reconnect. When that happened, I got the call. I'm a return courier. I locate those who don't come back. I bring them home if I can, or I document the end if I can't. Most cases are quiet, sad, predictable. This one wasn't. Cale Voss, registered exit 1800, maximum window 25 minutes. By 1830, his pod was still occupied. By 1832, alarms started to whisper. By 1835, I was dispatched. The MedPod was in an underground wellness hub beneath a nightclub buried deep in the Undercity. Music thumped overhead while the room below hummed with sterile calm. His vitals were slipping, 3 minutes from shutdown. Standard procedure said, wait, observe, log. Then his hand moved. Not a reflex, not a spasm. His fingers curled, slow, deliberate, like he was gripping something invisible. I accessed his neurolog. No return signal, no anchor lock. But his consciousness trace was still active, just not here. I widened the search grid. That's when I saw it, an unregistered re-entry spike, 17 seconds old, clean and illegal. Destination: Private Clinic, West Ring. No patient file, no operator ID, only a shell address routed through dead servers. I hesitated for exactly one breath. Then I broke protocol. I took a bike and cut through the Undercity, neon bleeding into wet concrete, the air sharp enough to hurt. 8 minutes later, I was inside the building, crawling through a service air shaft that smelled of antiseptic and dust. The room was bright, quiet. Cale was there, eyes open, breathing steady, alive, in a body that wasn't his, younger, stronger, someone else's future worn like a tailored suit, stolen skin. He looked at me and smiled, utterly calm. Tell them, he said softly, I'm not coming back. I didn't ask why. I didn't need to. Some people drift too far while skywalking. They discover other lives that feel lighter, cleaner, unoccupied. So they stay. Before I could act, my comms vibrated. Priority alert. Origin? My registered MedPod. Someone had attempted entry into my body. The system stopped them, biometrics mismatch, but the attempt was real, logged, time-stamped. That meant someone knew my schedule, my routes, my blind spots. They hadn't succeeded yet, but there were breaches now, cracks in the rules I trusted, and suddenly, Kale wasn't the most dangerous thing in the room. I stood there suspended between two men who were no longer themselves and a thought that wouldn't let go. If bodies are temporary, if they're just shells we rent, swap, abandon, then where does I actually live? Am I the one who walks, or the one who remembers? Can I still be myself if someone else can wake up wearing my face? I looked at Kale, peaceful in borrowed flesh, then down at my hands, my real ones shaking. I left. I didn't report him. If I did, they'd mark the case closed and me compromised. Now I check my pod every night, run deep scans, seal access ports, track anomalies. I sleep in fragments, because someone tried once, and next time they might succeed. And the worst part? If that happens, I don't know how I'll prove it wasn't me.